What's up guys, Zach here with Dr. Eyeball MD. I'm gonna take you on a clinic day with me. It's Friday, we got pterygium surgery, it's gonna be fun. Hang in there, let's go. So I just did last grand rounds of the year, thank goodness. Probably get a bunch more at the start of the year, which is next month. Or at least one or two, I imagine. While the new incoming residents get transitioned, they typically don't present the grand rounds right at the beginning of the year, and the second years end up doing that. So I'll probably end up doing more still. We did grand rounds this morning, and then we did a retina imaging conference where the retina fellow talks about some interesting retina imaging findings focused today on retinoblastoma and some of the imaging with that, like the B-scan stuff and fundus photos and fluorescein angiogram. And then we have like an hour break before the first clinic patients start at 11:30, so I'm gonna run home. I have minors clinics today because it's Friday afternoon, so I have 5 pterygium surgeries, and then I have one chalazion removal if everybody shows up. And so what I'm gonna do is go home and eat, and then I'm going to open the surgical techniques book and try to read through pterygium surgeries a little better so this goes a little more smoothly, especially since it's not an attending staffing today, but a fellow who counts as an attending. So he'll be staffing the cases with me, and he doesn't normally do the staffing. So that's what I'll be doing this afternoon, and then we'll see clinic patients. If I get done in the minor surgeries fast enough, I'll help see general clinic patients, but I have a feeling they're gonna be done before I am. So let's do that. So this is why I do it, so Bubbles can have a nice laptop and nice things. Okay, back in my apartment. I thought I'd show you guys this real quick. Ophthalmology is kind of a specialty of gadgets, tools, and technology. So if you're into that kind of stuff, ophthalmology is something to think about. But these are my lenses. This little box contains the lenses that I use. There's a lot more lenses you can get, but basically they're condensing lenses, so you can see the fundus, you can see the retina with them. And I have this small 90 diopter lens. I have a Super 66 lens. Both of those are more for looking at the nerve and posterior pole, and you can look peripheral, but this is the indirect lens that I use more for peripheral exams with the indirect ophthalmoscope. And this little box of lenses costs about $1,100. I try to keep it close and not lose it, which I almost lost the indirect lens on call last weekend. So those are just some of the tools that I use on a daily basis, so thought I'd show you guys that. It's kind of cool. I think one of the key things to being able to do this job in this residency, especially somewhere so autonomous as the program I'm at, which is probably one of the more, if not the most, that I know of from what I've heard, autonomous programs in the country, is to be able to figure out how to do stuff on your own and know where to look things up. This is the basic techniques to ophthalmic surgery, and it just lists all kinds of surgical techniques, as far as plantar vitrectomy, it describes subtenons injections, PRP, different techniques used during cataract surgery. But today I'm going to be looking at how to do the pterygium surgeries and try to get some more ideas for that, because I have so many to do today. So I'm gonna read this. I have about an hour, so I'm gonna look over it, and then I'm gonna go and start getting those patients consented and ready for the pterygium surgeries. So this chapter's good. It's pterygium excision with transplantation surgery. So I think that'll talk about the conjunctival autograft, and it gives good detailed pictures of where to cut, how to cut, pull off the pterygium. And here they're peeling it off, and then it looks like they're doing the conjunctival autograft, which gets placed there. It's a relatively short chapter. It talks about some complications, post-op care. So it's just what, like one, two, three, four, just a few pages, 5, 6. So I'm gonna read this right now. I think it'll help. So I think it's important, especially early on when I'm learning how to do these surgeries, is to be by the book and go by these techniques, and then develop, my own style later on once I've done a lot of them. I remember I had a 9th grade English teacher, Miss Bice, and she used to say, you need to know the rules before you can break the rules. She's referring to grammar, but I think you need to be really good at the technical aspects and the by-the-book, textbook way of doing things before you start developing the finesse that really will make you a good surgeon. So, be by the book today, because I've done 3. Okay, headed back now. Gonna go start signing up the pterygium cases, getting them consented, and then get ready to do the surgeries. So I'm driving home now. I'm done with the clinic, done with the minor surgeries. I got to do 2. 4 patients showed up. One was their problem had resolved. The chalazion had gone away, so no need for surgery. Another one, the fellow staffing the case talked them out of pterygium surgery. And then I got to do 2. One was a pretty big pterygium that was growing almost to the central of the visual axis, and the other was a smaller pterygium. Both went okay. I did a conjunctival autograft on one, and then I did mitomycin C on the other, just because of how big the defect left after the pterygium was removed. It would have been too big, I think, to do the conjunctival autograft, and we couldn't do amniotic membrane transplant in the minors clinic here. So that's what I ended up doing. I hope you guys like the vlog style videos. I'll keep bringing out more videos. You guys can follow me in the day of a life of an ophthalmology resident. Leave a like and subscribe. Do it for Bubbles.